India has strongly rebutted Pakistan on Jammu and Kashmir at the UN Human Rights Body. Now, India said that Pakistan's remarks at the UN's Human Rights Council were no more than offensive rhetoric of false allegations and concocted charges. Without naming Pakistan, Vijay Thakur Singh, the Secretary of the Foreign Ministry, pointed to Pakistan's terror links and said that we should call out those who are misusing this platform for malicious political agendas under the garb of human rights. Later, Indian diplomat Vimarsh Aryan also named Pakistan and said that Pakistan has no locus standi to speak about Kashmir, shredding Pakistan Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi's claim of human rights violation. India said that Pakistan should not forget that terrorism is the worst form of human rights abuse. Listen into them.
Mr. President, India holds the credentials of being the world's largest democracy. Our Constitution guarantees fundamental rights to all our citizens without distinction. Our independent judiciary, free media, vibrant civil society provides an effective framework for protection of human rights. My government is taking affirmative actions by adopting progressive policies to promote socio-economic equality and justice. As a result of recent legislative measures, these progressive policies will now be fully applicable to our citizens in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. These will end gender discrimination, better protect juvenile rights, and make applicable rights to education, information and work. The decisions were taken by our Parliament after a fully televised debate and enjoys widespread support. These were sovereign decisions, entirely internal to India. No country can accept interference in its internal affairs, certainly not India. Despite challenging circumstances, Jammu and Kashmir civil administration is ensuring basic services, essential supplies, mobility and connectivity. Democratic processes have been initiated, restrictions are being eased continuously, temporary preventive measures were needed to ensure security in the face of credible threats of cross-border terrorism. The world, in particular India, has suffered greatly on account of state-sponsored terrorism. It is time to collectively take decisive and firm action against terror groups who threaten fundamental right to life. We must speak out. Silence alone emboldens terrorists and their supporters. Mr. President, one delegation here has given a running commentary with offensive rhetoric of false allegations and concocted charges against my country. The world is aware that this fabricated narrative comes from the epicenter of global terrorism, where ringleaders are sheltered for years. This country conducts cross-border terrorism as a form of alternate diplomacy. National Register for Civil Rights is a statutory, transparent, non-discriminatory legal process mandated and monitored by the Supreme Court of India. Its implementation will comply with Indian laws. As a responsible member of the international community, India firmly believes in a constructive approach to promote and protect human rights. My full statement will be on the HRC internet. I thank you all.
I have been forced to take the floor to call out the blatant misrepresentation of facts and false narratives peddled by Pakistan in all its statements today. This is an ill-disguised effort to advance its territorial ambitions. We reject this propaganda. I wish to inform the Council that Article 370 was a temporary provision of the Indian Constitution. The recent modifications of Article 370 is within our sovereign right and entirely an internal matter of India. Mr. President, as regards OIC, it has no locus standi to comment on the internal affairs of India. Jammu and Kashmir has been, is and shall continue to be an integral part of India. Pakistan's nefarious designs will never succeed because the people of Jammu and Kashmir are united in their determination to preserve our territorial integrity along with our core values of democracy, tolerance and unity in diversity. Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh will continue to progress and prosper along with the rest of India. It defies credibility that Pakistan, which is the epicenter of global terrorism, is claiming to speak on behalf of unnamed other countries on the issue of human rights. It forgets that terrorism is the worst form of human rights abuse.